What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 73 and we start today's stuff on the back of the 1-1 draw against Liverpool that puts us 3 wins away from the Premier League title with, well, let's just say another reasonably big game, shall we? Yeah, it's the second leg of the Champions League semi-final away against the holders, Borussia Dortmund. And after an absolute thriller in the first leg in West London, we head to Germany leading by 3 goals to 1 on aggregate. It has been a crazy journey in our debut year in the Champions League, and I didn't want our Cinderella story to end tonight. But these guys won it last year. They're the holders. They're probably the favourites and one of the best teams in the world. So trailing by 2 goals wasn't going to be a big problem for them when they've got this man leading the line. 93 rated Erling Haaland, who scored in the reverse fixture, scores tonight. 18 minutes in and Dortmund get one of the 2 they needed. Though I will say, once again, for Justin Bale, question marks on the goalkeeping. Can't keep it out, and we've seen it all throughout the season to save. Goalkeepers in this year's FIFA make so many errors. Dortmund 1, Brentford 0, and the hosts have their lead. But 23 minutes in, after a poor kick out here, a chance to get ourselves back on level terms. And we would. Ivan Toney turns in the flick on, and as I'm celebrating, I see on the far side the lino has his flag up. Toney couldn't believe it, and neither could I. And when I saw the replay, I knew it was going to be tight. But I have to be honest here. He looked on! He looked on! I don't think those lines were drawn properly. The man towards the far post seemed to be keeping him on, but he wasn't in the lines. So Dortmund still led, but to me, I thought we should have been on level terms. I was absolutely fuming, and just a few minutes later, isn't football cruel at times? I thought we'd drawn level, I thought we'd extended our lead over 2 legs to 2 once more, and then Erling Haaland gets another chance, gets another shot on target, gets another goal. Unbelievable. Sometimes you just don't get the luck. I was in the 4th official's ear fuming, and he was having none of it. Dortmund 2, Brentford 0, but I thought, hey listen, we had the ball in the back of the net. Yes, it was chalked off, we can do it once again. And 6 minutes later, get in! Roberto Gutierrez smashes in the goal to restore our lead over 2 legs despite trail on the night. A thriller in the first 45, Dortmund 2, Brentford 1, and this game, let alone the tie, was still far from over. So 5 minutes after the restart, as we were still leading on aggregate, I thought, you know what, I can't stop Haaland and I can't stop Dortmund. I've just got to keep on attacking and being really brave. 6 minutes after the restart, Toney rolls it across and Buemo sees Brentford bow back from 2 goals down to tie it at 2-2, restore our 2-goal cushion on aggregate, and Brentford are 5-3 up over 2 legs in an absolute thriller against the champions. But I just couldn't stop Dortmund. I couldn't stop them. After Sean Pratt was tackled, Dortmund keeps the chance alive. Campagna rolls it through, and Erling Haaland, the Norwegian, smashes it past Balo and bags a hat-trick. 9 minutes after the restart, we'd already seen 2 goals. Dortmund restored a lead. It's 3-2. 65 minutes in, I was thinking, okay, it's 5-4 over 2 legs. As things stand, we're still going through, but I still think I need another goal because I can't stop the Norwegian tank. And Buemo fires wide. It's still 3-2. And with quarter an hour to go, Dortmund need another goal to force extra time. Haaland in the heart of everything finds Peters. Peters holds it up, gives it back to Haaland, and it's a brilliant save by Balo to make up for the initial error and keeping it 3-2. And in stoppage time, all hands on deck. Brilliant tackle by Tuanzebe, and Henry just launches it long. You know, I always play out from the back, but at this point I was thinking, just get the ball down the pitch as far as you can. And after that, it's picked up, but the referee blows for full time, and there it is. We lose the battle but win the war, just like in the quarter-final second leg against Barca. And Brentford raise the scarves in the away end. We're heading to the Champions League final, and the Cinderella story continues. Haaland's hat-trick is not enough. What a game, what a thriller, but Brentford are through So the Champions League final in our debut season, and honestly man, like what a way to get here. Every single knockout tie has been a thriller. Against Bayern Munich we came from behind in the second leg to make it through. Against Barcelona we won a 5-goal thriller over 2 legs, and against Dortmund the exact same. We lost the second leg but still made it through, and there it is, the Champions League final, and we'll be taking on the Italian giants AC Milan. After they dispatched Liverpool 5-1 in the semis, we've got them in the final, AC Milan. And so for Liverpool going out in the CL semi-finals, how did they respond from that? Well, how about a 3-1 win against their rivals Goodison to put the pressure on in the Premier League? Yeah, they might have lost their chance to the Champions League, they're not losing their title without a fight. They've cut the gap to 1 point in the Premier League title race after a big win at Goodison, which means heading into this game against Brighton, the gap is 1, and with Liverpool breathing down our necks and a poor run of form, we need to get back to winning ways here against Graham Potter's side. We've got a tough run of fixtures to end the season off. We've got Manchester City, we've got Arsenal, we've got Spurs as well. This is what you would call the simplest of the final 4. So mid-table Brighton, nothing to play for. We had to return to winning ways here, and after Ivan Toney headed in the opening goal, I was thinking, okay, here we go. We've got 2 games to go. Win this, we still have a game to go and be 4 points clear, and we'll be 1 win away from the title. Ivan Toney knew it was at stake, so did all of us. We led by a goal, and I was thinking the perfect start given to Brentford. Having said that, 34 minutes in, maybe it was complacency, I don't know, but Moran smashes home the leveller, and the Seagulls find the equaliser before the break. It's Brentford 1, Brighton 1. Nothing to play for Potter's side, but they just wanted to see the title race continue until the very final game. A few minutes later we were denied by a great save, but it was still 1-1. And with a final chance falling with 10 minutes to go, desperately pushing for a winning goal, a great save on Gutierrez kept it at 1-1. And that was how the game would finish. 3 straight draws in the Premier League. Brentford, right towards the end, are stumbling. A 1-1 draw against Graham Potter's side. Didn't play my best football first to a minute. And I've got to be honest here, I think I'm just beginning to run out of steam. You see here, we've reached 100 goals with 2 points clear of Liverpool. The only good thing is, we still have the game in hand. So if we could win that, we will go 5 points clear with 2 games to go, and because of the goal difference swing as well, realistically, we'd only need 1 draw in our final 2 games. But our final 3 games, 3rd place Spurs, Manchester City and Arsenal as well. Yeah, hardly a simple run-in to win the Premier League title, but anything that's worth having in life never comes easy. Come on, we all know that by now, don't we? So Spurs, for the 3rd and final game of today's episode, and 9 minutes in, what a start for Brentford. First of the year for Ezri Konsa, and what a way to get it. Brought back from Aston Villa, and what a great signing he's been. Half volleys the ball in from just outside the area, and the Bees have the lead on Antonio Conte Spurs. First of the season, and what a time to get it for our number 4. 10 minutes in, and we lead by Spurs. I was thinking, do you know what? In recent weeks, we've led all of our games, and we've drawn them all. We did it against West Ham, we did it against Liverpool, and we just did it against Brighton. So what happens 27 minutes in? What a shocker. Exactly the same thing again. Tammy Abraham from Chelsea to Roma to Spurs puts the visitors back on level terms, and I was thinking, surely not for a 4th time in a row. Surely not. We're going to lead a Premier League game and then slip up. 4 minutes after the restart, still tied at 1-1. This result will put us 3 points clear, but I wanted the 3 points in this game. A great save on Gutierrez kept it at 1-1, and with 25 minutes to go, and Buemo ripples the side of the net. I thought it was in, but smashed it just wide. It was still 1-1, but in the second half, all Brentford. I stayed in attack mode. Spurs locked in 3rd, nothing to play for. We need to get separation between us and Liverpool, and with 20 minutes on the clock, he's done it once again. He really made the difference. It's coming off the bench in so many of our games, and he does it again. Ollie Watkins brought on as a sub. What a season he's having as an impact sub. Makes it 2-1, restores our lead, and I just mentioned it there. He really does change games in late game situations off the bench with a burst of pace, and this game, no different. 5 minutes later turns provider for Gutierrez, who turns it in to give us a 2-goal cushion and make it 3-1. And I was thinking, surely this time, after all the slip-ups recently, surely this is the game. We come through and finally get our first win in 4 attempts. Well, after a great tackle and a quick counter-attack, again it's Watkins with the electrifying pace down the left, rolling it across, Gutierrez to wrap it up. Bends it in to the top corner, and Brentford, finally, after 3 straight draws and 3 points from 9, are going to pick up the win and go several clear of Liverpool with just a couple of games to go. Gutierrez might have bagged a brace, but the real star of the show came off the bench. Ollie Watkins helped us get 3 goals in 10 minutes to win it by 4 goals to 1. He has been brilliant this year. And there it is. After a big slip up against Brighton, I was fearing the worst. With the first of our final 3 games down, a victory over Spurs, we go 5 points clear with 2 games to go. And because of the goal difference swing, realistically it means even if Liverpool win back-to-back, just 1 draw, either at the Emirates or at home to Manchester City, will see us crowned champions. Oh my god, but before we get there, we've got the FA Cup final against Wolves. It doesn't slow down the race for the treble. We're gassed, we're running out of steam. We've got a golden chance into 2 finals, and the first of which comes in the very next episode. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the FA Cup final against Wolves very soon. What a finale.